good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Wavlength INTL, the podcast where a bunch of friends talk about, what's going on around our personal rivals community, other plat fighter communities, as well as esports in general, sometimes life. I'm your host, Jazzwave, and tonight we've got the whole gang here for the first time. Let's go.
Oh my god. I just realized that too.
Yep.
Everybody's here, just like Smash Ultimate.
Yeah.
The Infinity Gauntlet has been.
Oh, we'll get there.
Oh wait, yeah, we are the Infinity Gauntlet for when it comes to Rivals. Oh my god, that is a callback.
Yep. Big one.
Yeah, we need a new stone, unfortunately, but today's topics are going to be our second part of talking about GOMLF Forever, and that'll be all Outkast there, followed by should Rivals 2 Championship Series run at FGC tournaments instead of Smash ones, and that's going to be a good topic that we'll get into later. And finally, why in the world do we keep getting low broed at Smash events? And that'll not just be relevant to what happened at GOMLF, but like just in general, because this isn't the first time we've seen what happened at GOMLF happen to us. This has been a long-going issue since Rivals 1. But that being said, Outkast, the floor is all yours. Tell us, man, how was GOMLF? Start out with the good.
Well, I will say this: experiencing Toronto was one of the bright spots, and I keep joking that, hey, yeah, no, like I step out the Uber in the heart of downtown Toronto. My goodness, it smells like piss and shit everywhere.
Wait, did we start already?
Yep.
Where have you been? Would you have us on mute?
I just told you I was taking a.
Went to the washroom.
Taking a break.
Just like the people of Toronto. Anyways, but no, in actuality, no, it was actually pretty nice, like walking around the city, like and taking in the opposite side of the coast. But the venue looked nice, if you're a Smash, like the artist alley was pretty good, like a wide selection of things to pick up, but I mostly wanted to like go around in the mall, like in Center Mall, and see what I can get. Spoiler, it wasn't a lot, because I pretty much have everything that I'd want. What else? What other good? Meeting people in the community, that was pretty nice. Meeting like seeing Nurse and Copter again, that was pretty hype. And also meeting one prominent figure in the community already, Coach Zeke. That dude had a booth, like at GOMLF, and it was pretty. Honestly, watching Zeke go to work live was pretty insightful. I'm not gonna lie.
What was his booth?
It was just a coaching booth, but he also had the build. He had the build for ABSA.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought so.
So that was like also pretty good. He had all the buffs and nerfs to characters. We love Crag down throw buff. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, more on that one later if we get to it. Jesus.
How was the food, Outkast? How was the food?
I didn't feel like I wanted to die walking after eating. That was like. I need my American viewers to understand. I need you guys to understand. Anytime I eat food from America, and I want to walk, I feel like I want to die.
Yep.
Why is everything greasy? Why?
Because, bro, we're disgusting. We're just disgusting. We love food comas.
Dude, I didn't have a single one. Like when I was in Toronto, I was like, "Yo, man, this is good food." And I felt like I burned some of it off afterwards, like when we had to walk back to the Sheraton Hotel. Oh yeah, speaking of the hotel, like the gym, pretty nice. Even though I tweaked my leg at the gym, because I decided to go, hey, okay, I did a plate of squats. All right, I did my usual my regiment from before. I'm like, okay, let's do 2 plates. I do first set of 15. I'm like, okay, I'm good. Let's do another. I get to 12 and I'm like, all right, no, this is not happening. This is not gonna work. Yeah. But yeah, and I did commentary, so that was pretty fun. And my first top 8 within, like, when did I start doing this? Like February. I first did.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Did comms February, and I did a top 8 major.
What was your favorite set to commentate?
CB Bullets, man. Yeah, because imagine seeing your boy, like your homie, like from your region, and a long-time Rivals 1 player make it to top 8, seeded 20-something, going up against what I think ZB was 5th seed, taking him to game 5. Just off of just pure matchup knowledge. To every Edalist out there, your character's fine. Literally stop complaining.
True. Throw back to last week.
It took one of the best Krags to knock down Bullets, and that was like, yeah, he got clobbered game 5, but like, nah, like he won off of pure luck game 4. Like, that was like my favorite set to commentate. That's about the good I can think of off the top of my head. The bad.
Well, yeah,
Holy
the
crap.
moment we've all been waiting for.
Holy crap! Why?
Last week we didn't go over the bad because we wanted to save that for you. But Outkast, go ahead, tell everybody what the bad was. Because my god,
we were given 18 setups. Why? Granted, the gaming laptops were pretty solid. They were pretty good, but you gotta think, for 12 hours, you think them shits is gonna run efficiently? How we had one of them lag, like, in the middle of top 64 against, like, D-Brick and Mr. R. Best part is, like, Mr. R wanted to run it on that setup against Bullets. So that was pretty funny. But either way, no, like, genuinely, why were we only given 18 setups? And why were they all gaming laptops? Why were all of our monitors 60 hertz? Why was Street Fighter given the nice setups? This is such horseshit. Like, genuinely. And then, like, we're gonna talk about, like other horseshit. Like, dude, the stream times. Doubles was cut out, like, completely. Okay. That's not ideal. But, that sucks. However, not streaming pools, to me, is, like, the biggest thing, like, one of the biggest things I have problems with. Why? Like, we'll get to the, like, we'll get to that, like, way later, but, like, no, genuinely, like, it makes no sense to like, not stream pools and not stream losers of top 64. You didn't see Beastly get knocked out. You didn't see Beastly get knocked out by 2 Canadian players. Like, what this is stupid. What else happened? Any questions you got before we keep going?
Yeah. So I was just writing a couple of these down. How many setups would you have recommended? Because you're over there, you're commentating, you're also kind of volunteering as like a TO as well, I'm assuming, to help.
No, like I was just giving like advice, like, or like I was like asking people how they were feeling.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, still doing your job as a community member, right? Yeah. So how many setups would you have recommended?
So it's also in terms of like quality setups too. We gotta remember, because like the quality too would have like not interrupted people from like, hey, this shit's laggy, or I don't feel good like running it here. So even if like
take that out the situation. Take that out of the situation.
I would have.
How many setups would you recommend?
I would have recommended like at least like bare minimum like 24 towers. Maybe even 20 like towers, and then 4 like gaming laptops.
Okay. So like, I guess that already answers the next question, because I was gonna say. I was gonna say, like, would you want half PCs, half laptops, or all laptops, but there's extra ones, and after 6 hours they switch those out for the ones that weren't on,
Because like you
or do some
also,
shit like
I
that?
also should say like the laptops came from Aether Studios.
Did they?
Yeah, so those like, and then we were given 60 hertz monitors, which like, you know, after playing on 144, and then like I have a 75 hertz like monitor, I'm like, yup, all right, I can see it.
Can't go back.
I can't
Can't
go.
go
I
back.
can't go to 60.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, no, like, I can understand it. But again, I feel like if the monitors, like if we were given proper monitors too, it wouldn't have hurt as bad, because I feel like the laptops wouldn't have had to work as hard. If that makes sense.
That's definitely a possibility.
And
I wonder
it
if, like-
wouldn't have been tiny. We would
Yeah,
have a big screen.
I wonder if, like, Aether Studios needs to find some way to get a partnership with, like, Gaming Generations or whatever, or if they already have one. I don't know. I'm not sure. So
I think it was like we have like a partnership with MSI. That's how we got
MSI.
that's how we got the laptops. I think.
okay.
I think.
No, what's funny to me that you mentioned Gaming Generations is that there is a Gaming Generations Craig soccer skin.
Oh,
That-
really?
Yeah, I think, I don't know how it got distributed. I think it might have been only distributed at what's it called, Combo Breakers so far,
Yeah.
along with Combo Breakers Ladder. I'm not entirely sure. I'm probably incorrect on that, but
Yeah.
I would also
Yeah,
like
I-
to preface something, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Little note that CEO only technically had 14 setups, and that includes a side setup and a stream. So do keep that in mind.
Mm.
I think quality does matter over the
Yeah.
quantity.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, for
That's-
the size of GOML, it was like, okay, you would
Exactly.
think we would like get treated more with respect, because like a platform fighting event. I should have prefaced
Yeah.
that. CEO was a fighting game event first, so like
Yeah.
the bar is like low, is what I'm trying to say.
It's funny you mentioned that because like CEO was treated really well.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really
We
Yeah.
will get to that. we'll get
Yeah.
to that later. But yeah, anything else you just want to know? Shadow, Skeptic, Tech, Jazz.
Yeah. After we get into one of the later topics with, like, the fighting game stuff, I do have a question there, because that's probably gonna be a good middle ground for it, because I kind of want to get both of y'all's thoughts, like Shadow, because you're in Florida, so like,
Mhm.
you know, having y'all as your representative, like, community members for those regions, you know, maybe Shadow felt like he was treated better at CEO than you felt like, not you yourself, but the game itself was treated better at this fighting game event, or was it treated better at GOML? I think there's really good discussion points there, honestly.
yeah, my only other question that I have for you, Outkast, is related to production. So why don't you tell us, like, what happened with production?
Oh my god,
You know.
dude. So me and Nurse were peeking the mic. Granted, we were screaming our heads off, but like going back, it's like, yo, it's rough. Like, I don't know why we weren't told, like, hey, like, we're peeking the mic, like, yeah, dude. Not like, yeah, kinda, Wabo. Oh my god, dude. Oh man. Speaking of production, no player cams. No player cam. No player cams.
I didn't get to- I didn't get to
never
watch the
noticed
event.
that.
I didn't get to watch the event, so I didn't
No
even
player
know.
cams when we were fighting. Oh, what's up, Duoscythe? But no, like, so we also, like, I feel like I also got some flack for being too loud. Okay, yeah, sure, fine, but you guys weren't there. You couldn't see, like, people getting hype. People getting hype over, like, something like ZB versus Bullets.
Hmm.
You guys didn't see that because there's no player cams while they were playing.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of hard to like put two and two together. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, this is if you have like zero insight on the game, then like you wouldn't know that, like, oh wait, this is a moment to get hype over.
Yeah.
It's like hard to translate.
That's also a
yeah,
good
and
point.
there was no crowd mic too. Which like I would like hope, which I hope like it fixes itself like for future events. 'Cause
Yeah.
that is pretty hype.
I think crowd mics aren't a make or break situation,
It just
but I
adds.
think yeah, it adds. But I definitely think that like player cams are kind of more to that because like if it was a historical, like let's say Bullets like got to finals or something, or took out Cake Assault at the end, right? Let's just say that
God,
happened,
dude.
right?
Oh my god.
You know,
After
and then there's no player cams or whatever, and then you're just like,
no, it would the bracket would have gone. Okay, yeah, Bullets knocks out ZB, then Bullets fights Remren, and then wins against Remren.
Yeah.
Then I think it would have been Cake Bullets.
they only had the cam for when they switched to seeing the players, right? Like a full
yeah,
cam.
yeah, before
But they didn't have on in game
they didn't
player
have
cams.
it in game.
Nope.
Yeah.
They did not have it in game, so you can't even see the goddamn crowd, which is a shame.
Yeah.
Because
that
like
was-
we could hear it through our headset. People
Mhm.
were going nuts.
Yeah.
It's a shame that we kind of got shafted. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And then I was gonna leave this for my video, but like honestly, I feel fucking scammed because like we were promised 24-hour venue, bro. Not if you're a Rivals player.
Yeah.
You had to pack them shits up, like the laptops. You had to pack them shits up for because theft concerns. Concerns of theft.
Ooh.
If it was a tower, these were towers, I think this would have been easy. It would be easy to spot who's stealing a goddamn like tower computer,
Yeah.
which is like, I feel scammed. I feel scammed as a Rivals player. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah,
Like-
I can definitely see why you'd be scammed, you know. And I also do want to say that you knew that like Nurse was also loud with you, and it's kind of not fair to you that people were criticizing
They
you
were
for being
criticizing
loud.
both of
when-
us. Let's be real, but like,
Huh.
it was like in the comments, like critiquing me and Nurse, but like in the Twitch chat, it was on me. Like they're criticizing, which I'm like, yo, literally go eat dirt, go touch grass.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta
Yeah,
say.
you you guys did a great job at matching the energy of the crowd. As far as we know, it sucks that we couldn't see the crowd. Because I didn't even realize that there weren't player cams until you
weren't.
mentioned it. I was so invested into the sets like Bullets ZB, Remren ZB, Cake Marlin. The sets were so good that I just didn't even notice that there weren't player cams to begin with. Which sucks.
Yeah.
And I know Darai will be like one of those people that like, where are the player cams? Where are the player cams? Because he wants to see expression, and that's what everybody wants to see. We want to see the
I
players.
think he did.
expressions.
I think he what like looking back at the Twitch VOD. I think he was. I think he was on that.
Yeah, Darai is one of those people that will say, "Hey, where are player cams?" And he gets it. He understands it.
Mm-hmm.
It's also like a vehicle for telling story, but yeah. I think anything else you guys got? Shadow, Skeptic, Tech, Jazz.
I guess my only question left that I have is that right now we know from what we know that the future of GOML is uncertain, but if GOML were to continue at a different venue in Toronto, do you think Rivals 2 should go back there?
Oh man, dude. Unless like I'm gonna be completely dead ass, like honest. Unless like if I get on for comms, whatever. Let's say I do, I'm asking for more money. Like if we're not gonna get better treatment, it's either you pay me more or like you treat my like the game I love with more respect, and then I'll take a pay cut. Like I don't care. Like what is this 18 only 18 setups only. We barely get any stream time at all. Like if any. And it only worked out because Bagel and Duosite like savaged it. Like that is, and like the community being awesome. Like unless like we get way better treatment, then I'd recommend we don't. Unless if we can't, then literally goodbye. Like I'd rather not deal with it.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah.
And we'll get into depth more of like why.
Yeah. one question that I have, because I always have this concern, is the other players that, even if they like were in the region or out of region, how do you think they enjoyed the event as a whole?
Probably they might say the same things I've been saying, is like, oh yeah, the people were awesome. It was nice seeing everybody and experiencing the city.
Okay.
I wish we got more setups. I wish we actually got 24-hour venue and like more stream time is the general consensus I was getting.
Yeah.
Like, because like I know a few players were unhappy with that, and that's not even like bracket issues aside, like bracket issues like being brought up.
Yeah. And like, so like in Louisiana, we don't have like super majors like that or whatever, but anytime anyone ever comes from either far north Louisiana or any other states, we always ask them at the end, like, how did you enjoy it? Because we always want criticism, because we always want to improve it. And sometimes they're happy, and sometimes they're like, it was good, don't get me wrong, but if y'all just did this, then it would probably just be a little bit better. But nothing's ever like, shit the bed or everything was lagging. I mean, we've had lag before with like R1 and like controller issues, but I mean, controller issues, Rivals, it's just natural.
Yeah, and that's why I said like the quality matters, because like people were having issues like connecting controllers to the goddamn setups, but they're also running 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. Yeah. Anything?
I
think that's.
I just think like moving forward, like I know that we have to be realistic if Aether Studios is supplying the setups, right? Because like not everything has the blessing of being like completely community driven and everybody brings their computers or their laptops and everything works out and everything's fine and dandy. This is a major event, and I feel like there should be a minimum, and the minimum should also scale. So if it's a 100-person event, then this goes there. If it's 200 plus like yours, then it needs to scale.
Yep.
But there needs to be like consistency, like whether there's like a this is a designated tower and we can only send you 2 towers and 16 laptops, but this one tower is the stream setup, and then you do what you do. But I think that like there needs to be like some type of system in place, and it's great that we can sit here and we can just demand shit all day, but we got to be realistic with it at the same time. But I think that like if we can get a minimal consistency, that's better than, well, hey, these laptops are running for 16 hours today, and I just cooked an egg on it, so let's just see what happens tomorrow.
Oh my god,
Crazy.
There's got to be something that's got to be like tackled. And I know they have a lot of shit on their plate. They can't
Yeah,
they can't do everything, but that's like
yeah.
it also shouldn't be up to only Aether Studios. Like, hey, can we get a spot at GOMLF? Yeah. Can y'all help us? Who are you? Who are you again?
Yeah, that's how it feels.
What game did you?
That's literally how it felt.
Yeah,
that's how.
And I think I think that's the message that, for better or worse, that's the message that was kind of received potentially by every player that was there. If they found out any information of like, oh well, Aether Studios only did this and Aether Studios did that. Okay, well, what did GOMLF do? Oh, they let us in the door.
They put us in the corner with the FGC and and gave the FGC our stream time.
Yeah.
Let's freaking go. Anyways, we move on. We move on to the next topic.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because I'll go in depth of like my GOMLF experience in a video. But yeah, anyways, go ahead, Jazz.
No, you took the words out of my mouth. I was gonna say, if you guys do want to hear more about how Outkast's GOMLF experience went, do keep an eye out on his YouTube channel. He is making a video about that, and it'll go a little bit more in depth into some things that we didn't talk about, such as some behind the scenes stuff. And yeah, so do keep an eye out of that. That brings us to our next point of Rivals 2 Championship Series running at FGC tournaments over Smash ones. Now, I guess we can kind of merge these two topics together that we have, because they do go hand in hand. So,
yeah.
So far, with how RCS is ran, the main major was a mess. That was ran by a really obviously well-known Smasher, right? Combo Breaker, which was the first offline event, ran fine. Combo Breaker is a pretty FGC centric event. What else? What came after Combo Breaker? I'm blanking. Was it CEO?
CEO.
Oh, I guess it was CEO. Man, time is flying. CEO, very well ran event as well. Again, also very FGC centric because we love Alex Jabali. And then GOMLF, as we already heard, did not go well at all.
Let's go.
The Smash was clearly the focus of that, and Rivals 2 was just pushed off to the side with FGC instead of, its own platform fighter brethren.
Yeah.
So, I think so far with how R2CS has been going, it's pretty clear that the devs should try to get Rivals 2 ran at more FGC events, and we already have a big one coming up in Evo. So that's definitely the opportunity to show the world that hey, we're the one platform fighter that deserves to be up there with Street Fighter 6, Guilty Gear Strive, Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, and all those other big name traditional fighters that are represented at Evo every year, right? So, on a side note, I do want to mention that I know some people aren't happy with the fact that supposedly at EVO we're only getting a top 8. I do want to say this. Given the fact that, one, it is literally EVO, it is hard for a platform fighter to even get to the EVO stage to begin with. Given the fact that it's literally EVO, we are already essentially slated to be a side game, but we're in the extended lineup of kind of quote-unquote side games. And the fact that, let's be honest, a lot of the setups are going to be reserved towards the main games and all the production as well. I think that this top 8 only at Evo is fine. Now, I know if people really, really do want to make sure that people see the other matches that are off-stream, because I get it, the importance of seeing pools, top 64, all that, then coordinate with each other, see if you can get somebody to reach out to an Evo TO and say, hey, is it okay that we can reserve maybe one of your PCs that you guys are letting us use, so that can be a off-stream recording setup, so that X person can have replays that they can upload on their YouTube channel, right? Or they could go the route that they did with one of the big houses, Big House 10, yeah, Big House 10, where the devs did a Lost Sets edition of Big House 10, and what that was, it was essentially a stream of all the sets that were missed prior to top 8, and they uploaded those later on their YouTube channel. So we have 2 avenues that we can go down here. If people really do want to see pools matches, top 64 matches, and all that. So, for those who are going to EVO, I do encourage you to work together, reach out to an EVO TO, and see if you can get maybe like 1 or 2 setups to record sets on, and then either just record those sets and upload them to your YouTube channel, or you could reach out to SBS, see if we could do a Lost Sets edition again of Evo sets, so that way people can see what happened prior to top 8. You know, it'd be cool to see that come back again. That was like a one-time thing that the devs did and I liked, which was, even though the result was already given of Big House 10, we got to see what led up to that result. And I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's my little side rant about Evo. I think the fact that we have a top 8 is fine enough, and Skeptic said this best, one step at a time.
Yeah. I will say, like, I mean, I was given GOML trash for, like, not streaming pools and top 64, but, like, when it comes to, like, something as big as Evo, and we're gonna talk Evo in a later episode, but I'll spin my thoughts. My one thought is, like, yeah, one step at a time, but, like, we gotta earn our stripes. This is like the one instance where I'm like, yep, no, we gotta earn our stripes here, guys. Like, we can't demand things out the gate. We were even lucky to get like stuff from like Combo Breaker and CEO because we're kind of encroaching on like FGC territory. Like and it's like it's awesome that we're even given a stage. Keyword is given a stage to like perform on. That's the big thing, and we gotta be appreciative of that when it comes to like FGC events. When it comes to like Smash events, you would think like because there's so much cross pollination, like it'd be like we're being treated as like brothers and sisters, and like be given like the shine, like given like other like being the alternative, so to speak, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also want to add one more point for Evo. I hope this doesn't come to a surprise to anybody, but you should fully expect it will all be 2 out of 3. Because Smash was always 2 out of 3.
Ooh, I didn't think about that.
Prepare yourselves now. Don't get surprised at Evo and get pissed that it was 2-0-2-0-2-0. It's probably gonna happen. It's happened
at least until top
to
8,
Melee.
Oh, what?
It's always been 2 out of 3.
Really?
Even in top 8.
Yes, because one of the main people that was loud and proud was Leffen, and he used to shit on Mango and say, "Ooh, you won the best of 3 tournaments. Congratulations." And then later he won, and he's like, "I'm also an Evo champ," and then he shut up about it after. But anyway, fully expected to be 2 out of 3.
That's
our
crazy.
game takes too long because look at how quick fighting games are, right?
Oh yeah, true.
And when you play fighting games, after you beat your opponent, it goes right to the next round. Look at Tekken. Round 1, fight.
Yeah,
round 2, fight.
this
Street Fighter, round 1, round 2. So
this is a whole episode, guys. Let's
so that'll be later. But just to preface it, just be prepared for it, because I don't want y'all getting all pissy. Because
but have you seen CEO at Tekknite CEO?
Mm-mm.
Because they do best of 5 per round.
Yeah, but that versus Evo, because Evo's always been the best of 3. So
I know. I'm saying like in terms of longevity, you should probably look at Tekken because some of those games get long.
That's a good point. That's a good point to bring up as well. So.
Yes.
But yeah, that was our little kind of side rant. We will, like we said, we'll go into a bit more about Evo in a later episode. Back to the topic at hand. Obviously, we've clearly seen that FGC events have been treating us better, and I think it'd be ideal that we start trying to communicate to FGC TOs and having our events ran there. And Outkast, I believe you were telling me this, that we don't know the future of GOMLF or Battle of BC right now, and you said that there are potential.
Well, we don't know, because we don't know if we don't even know if Heatwave is gonna be announced, at all. We don't know the future about any of these events. Anything's on the table.
We're halfway through the first half of the year with the tournament. All we have left is Evo, Supernova, Collision, and Riptide.
Isn't Collision an FGC event?
No.
Fuck.
Collision is a plat fighter event.
We're hoping.
Oh my god, dude. I say that with the best of intentions, guys, but
that's not to say that we'll get shafted at Collision. As a matter of fact, Collision's the one event that I don't think will get shafted. That's a platform fighter event. Why I say this is because they consistently have good production, right? They're always running weeklies. The tri-state scene for Rivals is already really big. So I know for a fact that the tri-state scene is going to try and make sure that the people who are tasked with running Rivals 2 are on top of things, because they have them to help them out. Yeah. So I am confident that Collision is not going to be the one platform fighter event that we haven't that's been announced so far that's not going to shaft us.
I said the same thing about GOMLF, but here we are. This is the reason why, and then we'll get into Supernova in a bit. But no, what was I gonna say for running? Oh man, I need the I need the like sheet in front of me. Tech, you want to go?
About the events.
About like the events like that we have so far, like or that
Alright.
could that like should we go to FGC events?
Yeah, I mean, I really do think so. I think it can't hurt. You know, if you're in a situation where players are feeling more appreciated at a fighting game event than your own plat fighter events, then I think it's worth testing some more. We've done 2 fighting game events here in this first half,
and two,
and then we're gonna be,
2 plats.
and we're gonna, and 2 plats, and we're gonna be at Evo, and I think Evo is gonna be also a big like moment to see like, okay, we are still being treated pretty well here. You know, we're not feeling like we're being little broed, but
I mean,
you know, that's also a massive ass event. So
yeah, we are, but that's because we don't have NetherRealm money. But anyways,
true.
Skeptic, Shadow, what do you guys think?
The other important thing to realize too is that Evo at the end of the day is a spectacle event.
Yeah.
It is a showcase of everything fighting game related. Plat fighters regardless. So
yeah,
the amount of time they have to spend on showcasing it is already long enough. Trying to make it longer is just it's just insane.
Yeah.
You know?
Skeptic, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm still here. So,
What do you think as an outsider?
like, just as an outsider, I do think more Rivals tournaments should run, or at least be alongside more FGC tournaments. Because long before Rivals 2, and I'm pretty sure most of you in here know this by now, but in most tournaments that are predominantly Smash focused, Rivals 1 was always treated as a side event. And
Yeah.
this perception of Rivals hasn't really changed all that much going into Rivals 2. And I always wondered, why? Why is Rivals still trying to cater towards Smash players? It's been made clear multiple times through multiple tournaments that Rivals wasn't ever going to be a game that's heavily supported by the Smash community, right? So, time and time again, you hear these horror stories of players constantly DQing their matches, tournaments not providing enough setups, and some of the setups that they do provide aren't optimized properly. On top of that, the game also gets shafted constantly in terms of stream times. Heck, I have a better chance of winning the lottery than a Rivals 1 side tournament getting a top 8 stream. And I could go on and on and on, but the point that I'm trying to make here is that if Rivals as an IP wants to grow their player base, you have to cast a wider net. You have to go outside of your target demographic and try to change how your game appeals to the general populace. Because if you, well, think about it this way, right? And I do apologize for hogging the mic here, but you gotta let me cook, all right? You gotta let me cook a little bit. So, there is only so much of the Smash audience that you can appeal to before eventually you'll hit a plateau. Because at the end of the day, no matter how you look at it, Smash as a fighting game is a niche within a niche. And yeah, fighting games, although they are getting more and more popular over time, are still a niche genre. Then under the fighting game umbrella, you have a myriad of other subgenres, and plat fighters are one of them. If the community that you're trying to appeal to isn't showing support for your game, and if the market for that demographic is already tapped out, then why are you still wasting your time and money trying to appeal to them? It just makes no logical sense. I can't wrap my head around it no matter how many scenarios I come up with. Which is why I've been telling everyone in this specific Discord call, whenever we have these types of talks, that Rivals, as a brand, should try to focus more on getting their tournaments featured alongside other mainline FGC tournaments, like Combo Breaker, Frosty Faustings, CEO, etc., right? So, because fighting game players... Oh, wait, no. So, yeah. So, you feature Rivals alongside these other tournaments. Because fighting game players aren't strictly playing Smash. And 99 times, like, I guarantee you, these FGC players will be more open-minded enough to giving the game an honest try than your average Smash player. But that's what I personally think. I'm not a top-level player, nor am I a Rivals player. I'm just providing my own input through observations that I've personally made.
I kind of want to bounce off that point, that fighting game players are more open-minded towards that. And I think like a really good example is like, look at all the different types of fighting games and how different they are. Mortal Kombat is completely different from Street Fighter. Yeah, you're still one-on-one, but then you look at that, you look at Marvel, you look at King of Fighters, you look at Tekken, and Tekken has like all these bouncing, and they have different grabs, and you have to stop the grabs with the right grab combination. And a lot of fighting game players will play multiple fighting games. But then when you're in Smash, they primarily play Smash, and when you try and play another platform fighter, they're like, that's a Smash clone. Oh, hey, you're trying to copy Melee because you have wave dashing? Lol. Like, they're not as open-minded. They're going to go play their Smash game, and maybe they'll try it a little bit. And we've had people try Rivals 2 for a little bit. But then they ultimately just go back to their abusive Nintendo relationship over and over and over. And they're like, why? Why did they treat me like shit again? You want to come play our game? You might have a better time. The devs will directly talk to you. Yeah, but fuck you! No! My Mario! Where's my Corrin? And all my other characters I love so much. My 15 Fire Emblem characters.
I love Super Smash Steve.
Yeah, like, it's just a Skeptic brought up a really good point. And I think I know Nasby, Nick Brawl, has been at Frosty Faustings before. I don't know how many years in a row that's happened, but has Nasby been at more fighting game events than Rivals 1 or 2? Is that something that we should explore at some point in the future?
While you get to that point, I have a story of, like, I used to frequent Vancouver Street Battle, right? And that's when also Smash was there too. And it's Vancouver Street Battle is just a local full of like fighting game events, right? Rivals 1 was there for like a hot second, right? I had an easier time convincing like fighting game players to try Rivals 1, give it an honest to God shot when it was $5 on Steam with one of the summer sales. I had 0 Smash players to like go home and try and buy it. I had three FGC players like at least like try it, well, enough to like where they couldn't refund it, but it was $5. So,
yeah, that goes more into that open-mindedness because like, Smash players see no ledges, no grabs, no shields, no play, nope.
And I also want to like say this straight up, like this is like completely off topic of like when it comes into R2CS, we're like you said, we're already halfway through. At this point, I think it's just GG's go next until next season. To like, yeah, like after they look at this entire season as a whole, and then just only do FGC events at this point, or not, but like, and also like, you brought up Nick Brawl of like being at more FGC events. Why not take Nick Brawl with us too, while we're at it?
Yeah,
because it's more open-mindedness. I find Nick All-Star Brawls players and Rivals players actually play fighting games. Haven't you guys noticed that?
Yeah.
Like,
I want to delve in on one more thing that like Skeptic and Tech were talking about.
sure.
Between sequels of like of traditional fighters like Street Fighter or like even Guilty Gear, have you noticed that all of them are still different? Like,
Yeah.
same
Oh
look, but
my
completely
God.
different mechanics.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to be open-minded if you're playing traditional fighters.
Yeah.
True.
That's another good point on top of that point.
Yeah.
They don't have a choice.
You got a choice.
Exactly.
But no, but still though, like that also drives the point of like fighting game players are more adaptable. And
Yeah.
honestly, I personally think like Rivals players and ASB players fit in more with the FGC crowd, as we keep talking about this.
Yeah.
Because I've even said it in private to somebody where it's like, bro, if Rivals goes to a FGC event, I'm more open to like dusting off my fight stick again and like playing Street Fighter 6. And if I hate myself enough to go through your strive, but that's another story for another day. All these people
It's okay.
know.
The bad guy can't hurt you.
I don't care if my character got buffed to beyond belief and he's actually really good. I don't care. The scars are still there. If I don't have a problem with if the zoner didn't make me quit, but it was the absolute rush down face of the cover that made me quit, that says a lot. But anyways, Skeptic, Shadow, any more points you gotta make? Jazz?
I do want to say that honestly, reaching out to FGC events might. This may sound like a stretch, but it might just be the play to the revival, like the full-on revival of Rivals 1 as well. In addition to boosting up Rivals 2. Because we've already clearly seen that between the people in mid-level grind server and myself, we're clearly not like dragging in that much people into Rivals 1 through Rivals 2 as we want, right? Now now granted there are some people that do try Rivals 1 and will try and play in tournaments for that. We have Sophie as proof of that. Zeus might start to play in more Rivals 1 brackets again. Who knows? But that's only a small fraction of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can't just reduce it to just that. We had to expand, and we've clearly seen with Rivals 1 that a lot of smashers, they'll try the game, and it's so different for them that they just decide not to stick with it. There's even, like, I know a commentator that said that, because Rivals 1 didn't have shields, ledges, and grabs, I didn't want to commentate that, and Rivals 2 I do want to commentate because it has those things. I think that by appealing Rivals 1 to the FGC crowd, it might actually help boost numbers with the game again. While it's alongside Rivals 2. Now, granted, the existing community for Rivals 1 is going to have to put effort into that instead of just trying to house everything into one server. And I'm honestly down to trying to promote my events more to FGC people, because even myself, I've been trying to get into traditional fighters more. I have Street Fighter, I have Guilty Gear. I've been trying to get used to both games, even without having to buy like a fight stick or a box or anything.
Yeah.
I'll occasionally boot those games back up. I think it's perfectly fine to appeal to that crowd. As much as a stretch as it sounds, it's worth a shot in the case for Rivals 1 alongside its sequel, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the only way that's going to happen is if the existing community does take a chance and not be stupid on Twitter or whatever, saying why Rivals 1 is better than Rivals 2 and pushing people away because of stuff like that.
These types of arguments genuinely just need to stop.
Yeah, I agree. Because it's not going to it's not going to do anything. It's just going to push people away from trying to play that game.
Especially the tweets where mostly people are talking about, oh, Rivals 1 is dead, bro. It's dead. R2 took most of the players. It's cooked. And it's like, if you really believe in the game, you'll keep playing it, and you'll keep making content for it, regardless of the player count.
Rivals 1, despite its shortcomings, still has a really good, how do I describe it? A really good method of just enjoyment through workshop.
And guys, you can't stomp people for like liking workshop, please. Jesus. Like, it is not, that is like the most unproductive thing you could have done, like, or you could do, because again, like we've said, like, that will just push people away, and I've seen it push people away. Is the crazy thing. I've seen it in real time.
You can't be picky with your player base anyways. When you have like sub 500 people, you might as well take what you can get.
Yeah, absolutely.
And most of those players are playing workshop anyways, despite what people say. I guess we can...
I am still skeptical of that. Like, I don't think that there's like, I'd like to think that it's not 90% is workshop players and 10% base cast. Maybe that's me just being delusional. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. When was the last time you played workshop, Tech?
I don't play workshop. I'm a workshop hater, but
I would give it a second.
I'm a workshop respecter, though.
Yeah,
I respect you for playing workshop, but I dislike workshop. I don't care. I don't know if it sounds mean or whatever. I don't care about your furry OC. I don't care that they do the sandburt move. It doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
I just play
no.
base
See,
cast.
here's the problem. You need to play workshop nowadays. There has been a lot of changes since the last time, since release, and I'm talking a whole lot. I'm talking single player content. I'm talking event modes. I'm talking all sorts of stuff that you can think of. It's probably there now. You could literally have a single player experience through workshop.
I do remember. Who was the creator that made Roo, the robot, the kangaroo robot?
Oh, was it Arky?
Yeah. He made the story adventure mode thing.
Yeah,
I didn't get a chance to play that one, but I do remember like following that because I liked Roo. That was one of and this is like early workshop, and I also had a not fun experience when I first got into workshop and was in that Discord, and that's
okay,
that's not a good topic. It's just it's
early
stupid.
EXW is its own can of worms. We won't talk about that here.
It doesn't matter nowadays.
I think
but
it's long since changed.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say disregard the characters and just focus on like the modes that are given, because there's a lot of stuff you could just do.
Yeah, I'd have to give it a second chance.
But, yeah, no, like, that's honestly fair. I kind of agree with like your statement when it comes to like characters. It's like, yo, why can't Aether universe characters get their own shine?
Yeah, it's never happened to my knowledge, and there's so many characters that could have.
Give me King Win.
It's really hard for me to like believe that like there's thousands and thousands of workshop creators, and there wasn't one that was like so interested or attracted to whatever character is in the Aether universe and made it its own character. It's always got to be their own OC.
I will say, like, the OCs that did make it, like Hoden, Olympia, Palm, Malo, they're part of the lore now.
Yeah.
Like, your favorite character is.
I know, and I do like that where they fit it into the lore.
Oh, okay, well then.
But like the other ones that are like, this is my spaghetti monster, and he likes meatballs. He's great, and he goes outside and walks his can of worms. Like, I'm like, who cares? Like,
well, let's see, Jazz.
But that's a different topic.
We can move on to like the last thing. I mean, we kind of really touched on it, but like, yeah, why do we keep the little bro?
I have a perfect story for the little bro moment.
Okay, here we go.
So, this was what 2023, I think. Rivals 1 was getting like another resurgence in Louisiana because we went through hoops and hurdles, and people would stop playing, and then I was last of the Mohicans just chilling there, like, hey, I'm the only one playing. When we had one of our, I was top one for a while. So when we had our other revival, we got a spot in this tournament called Lust. It was at LSU, and we had like 40 something entrants, which was really cool. And we did have a lot of like smashers that did end up playing. But the problem was the ultimate kids did not respect us. We had 2 tables, and the shitty part about this was we were on the side where the sun was. And like 2 or 3 of the windows did not have blinds for some reason. And I was like, why don't these have blinds? So we had one table that had the laptops already there, and somebody brought a tower or 2. But the laptops, some of them couldn't be played on because 1, they were cooking in the sun, and 2, there was a glare on it. But when you sat on the other side of the table, where the other setups were, and you're facing the sun, if you're too tall, you're getting blinded while you're trying to play. So it was very hard to deal with until like we kind of had to wait like 20 minutes for the sun, 20, 30 more minutes for the sun to kind of go down more. We had 2 designated tables, but the problem was smashers didn't give a shit about us that were in Ultimate, and they were taking up our space before we were even done setting up. They were putting switches there, they had monitors there, and we're like, hey man, is it cool if like can you move your stuff? No, that's for friendlies. What the fuck? This is our table for our tournament. What game is that? Rivals. Oh, is that pixelated shit? Yeah, you know. Oh, that one with no shields. Yeah, that's the one. No. These guys are fucking playing Rivals. Yeah, we are playing Rivals. And since you're not moving your shit, we're moving it for you. And then they were getting a little pissy, but we're like, look, we're handling it with care. I'm not going to throw your shit. I'm not an asshole. You are, but I'm not. And we're going to go put it on the side. We're going to set up our stuff. And you're going to leave us the fuck alone, okay? And the other thing was, you know, when we were at events, we knew that we were the little bro. So we always made sure we clean up our areas, we pack up our shit, we don't cause any trouble, we do our thing. And then the TOs, they were like, bro, I don't want this to sound rude, but like, we didn't even notice y'all were here because y'all were so fucking well behaved. Y'all were so well behaved. You set up all your shit, you cleaned up all your shit. The TOs that were designated for Rivals, that were Rivals players, did everything perfect. And we did everything. And we had at first when we got there, we were like, oh shit, what's happening? And then some people, like, I didn't know a lot of the other players' names because a lot of them were like smashers from like, you know, we had some P plus players and we had some melee players try out the game. And you know, so we each had our phones and there was like 4 of us just going, finding players, getting this, getting that, or whatever, communicating and all that stuff. And that's just kind of another point is like, when you're at tournaments and stuff, the big thing is communication. It's always communication. Whether it's more communication from Aether Studios, whether it's more communication between the TOs and the players, whether it's more communication about the event and scheduling things properly. GOMLF, but and a map. It's all about communication. It always comes back
to that one.
to communication. If you cross, my number 1 rule is respect because it covers everything. But my second one is communicate. If you fucking communicate and you respect people, that fixes 99% of your problems. And that's the story of us getting a little broed at a Smash event. So,
any observations from you two, Skeptic, Shadow? Oh man,
Shadow, you want to go?
I mean, I can't really say much because in terms of like Rivals 1 in Florida in general, it was mainly just like Tampa holding the scene up because every like local in Florida in CFL specifically was just mainly catered to like Ultimate and then Melee. They kind of just did their own thing, and unfortunately there was interest, but the problem is everyone was busy, so not really much to say on that.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
What about you, Skeptic?
For me, like I said earlier, I'm not really a Rivals player, so I can't really give a lot of insight into this. But like I said, from what I've seen, if I were to sum it up as to why y'all keep getting little broed at Smash events, now, Tech made it a lot better in a way by saying it's communication, but I feel like it's a little bit more personal, I think. And like I said, I think that one word, if I were to sum it up, it would be an elitist. I feel like Smash players feel like their game has more importance over any other plat fighter. I mean, it's
That has always been a thing, even since Melee. So that's not
Yeah.
really a big news. But I would actually like to add on to one other thing in regards to it was Tech who said it, like a toxic relationship. Who said that?
Yeah, that was 100% Tech. That's an abusive relationship.
It's
in
funny.
Nintendo.
It's funny you mentioned toxic relationships because holy freak, do old players hate their game, but they refuse to do anything else.
exactly.
They don't even want to take the step to go forward with it. They just like, oh, I hate Steve. Oh, I hate this character. I'm just like, why don't you ban him? Why don't you figure out how to deal with it? And now I know that like now it's set in stone that Steve has to be it because of Nintendo's like curated events, which in its own is stupid. That's a completely different thing. But it's just ridiculous that like why won't they take the effort to just say, okay, well this game is obviously not gonna do very well anymore, and it's kind of getting dull and boring. We're starting to hate it. Why do you continue to suffer? Why do you continue to make yourself suffer? Just play a different game. Enjoy other things in life. You don't have to play a game if you don't like it.
Yep. It's like when Smash 4 when they were like, Bayo's the best, there's no point in playing. Then just re-legalize all the custom moves. They don't have custom moves. I guarantee the tier list is going to change really quick. Really fucking quick.
Oh boy, custom moves are their own can of worms. I feel like
They are.
they should have done like they should have kept customs but banned specific moves.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's the silver, that's like the middleman there. You just ban the moves that are toxic, like Villager's Trip Sapling, because that thing is stupid.
Yep. But the Smashers basically like, I mean, it's not all of them. I don't want to put them all into a bubble.
Yeah,
but I mean, like with us getting little broed and them, you know, bragging and stuff. Like, I mean, to kind of your game is the game where your dad left to get milk and didn't come back, and you're like, yeah, my life's great. I don't have a fucking dad that wants me. Like, why?
Jesus Christ, dude.
Why are you bragging about that? Why won't
sounding like Tyler the Creator there?
You understand in so many ways how being treated shitty makes you feel. So why shit on the other plat fighters? That doesn't make sense.
It would also like help if you did prop us up, give us like that platform, because like how are you gonna cut us out when like, oh, you guys aren't outputting numbers or like whatever whatnot, right? Because like I've heard that I've had that thrown at me once when I was like talking about this, and I'm like, excuse me, how are you gonna give us like impossible hoops to jump in the first place? Yeah. Like this is actually ridiculous. And then like GOMLF Grands was literally cake assault Spargo. I feel like if you have somebody as prominent as Spargo, like killing it in one other plat fighter, that would draw attention to that plat fighter, and thus like draw more hype, and then maybe get Rivals people into Ultimate. Who knows, right? Why not? It's not impossible. Elkies has been killing it in Ultimate.
Yeah.
Like she's basically been getting top 64 or like close to it and making it deep into brackets that she has no business making it deep in. Like
you know what, fundamentals transfer from game to game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hey.
Yeah.
You're guaranteed to land on something if you're willing to throw it in the water. You know?
Like why it makes no sense to me to like consistently shaft like the only other plat fighter that has a chance to break through and that has devs that listen. Why aren't you like giving the assist? Why are you pulling the ladder up? Like you're literally no better than the goddamn boomers pulling the ladder up from underneath us. Like you're no better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else anybody else has to add? Like that's my diatribe when it comes to getting little broed. I already said my VSB story.
Yeah, it's basically how I already said it. Like, I mean, how are you gonna
top this?
like, you know,
Oh my
it's
god.
just so obvious when you see firsthand how Rivals and any other plat fighter gets treated at these Smash focused tournaments. Like you said earlier, Outkast, they don't get as many setups, they don't get as much stream time as Smash, and the amount of Smash players playing these other plat fighters are astronomically low compared to the amount of players that signed up primarily for Smash. And you would think, like a normal person, right, would think that because these games are so similar, that there would be a lot more cross-pollination between the various games. And if you thought that was the case, dude, you would get an F because you just failed the reality check. Open your eyes and your ear holes, because Rivals 1 and any other plat fighter wouldn't be in the state that it's currently in if that wasn't the case. Multiverses, dead. Slap City, dead. Framemakers, dead. Nasby 1 and 2, Smash didn't kill it, but still, dead.
Okay, I mean,
Rushdown Revolt, again.
Smash didn't kill Multiverses. That was its own undoing. They had everything.
Yeah, same goes for Framemakers in that regard.
Holy, that's.
But you know what I'm trying to say.
That's another topic.
Most
Icons.
of these other Rushdown Revolt
All
icons,
was doing their own
dead.
thing. But actually, on that note, have you guys heard about the nonsense that's been happening with Brawlhalla recently?
No.
Oh man, dude, no, you're gonna have to save that, bro. We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to
I
add
think
that.
I think I'll save it for another topic because that's
crap.
something that we could probably get into. That is, I've never seen a community just so like connected in just complaining about the game.
Oh man, yo,
Anyway.
shout outs to Sandstorm killing it in Rivals of Aether II. Big ups, big ups to Sandstorm, guys.
You were saying, Skeptic?
Playing the rat too. Let's go.
Skeptic, you had something?
Oh yeah. The Riot Plat Fighter that was just a concept but got scared because of multiverses is also dead.
You know,
So
yeah,
these
guys,
games-
this is another topic. But yeah, keep going.
These games are all cooked. The Plat Fighter genre is literally hanging by a thread, and Smash is the only thing currently that's holding it up, besides Brawlhalla. But why would any other game developer looking at Plat Fighters spend their time and money investing in that genre when most of the target audience is hooked on one game? On one game, while not showing support for others.
Yep.
It's just a bad investment overall. You might as well just throw your money down the toilet and watch it go round and round and round in the bowl as you contemplate your entire life, because if you're not passionate about plat fighters and you're making one to make money, bro, you're not looking in the right direction, because the mobile gaming market is right there. What are you doing? It takes less than a second to realize that, bro. Like, if you're trying to make money in platform fighters, you need to get fired immediately. You need to just walk away, brother, because you did not do 2 seconds of Google research. But anyways, back to our regularly scheduled program.
So he is a Rivals mobile. Yeah, Creatures of Aether. Anyways, I
That
sent Tech a
wouldn't it
map.
be funny if they had advertisers?
I sent Tech a little map.
I'm trying to see the. What is that other
Can
platform
you people
fighter?
read this? Like, I zoomed all the way in this shit. This is the map we were given.
That's an ass map. I can't read
What is
that.
that map?
I cannot read that.
I had to. Please, not that map. No, we're doing this. This is what we had to deal with in GOMLF, like for the commentators, or for staff. Outkast, yeah, sorry for the greater good. Look at this. Like, okay, you got melee and ultimate friendlies. This is what I mean by we get little broed. What? Okay, look at this. You have an entire room of friendlies and sets. I complained about FGC taking our stream time, but like they were also shafted. Look at this. Tell them how to find that map, bro. This bitch was in like the check. It was like we were given like an email, right? For like, hey, yeah, GOMLF's coming up, right? Check our FAQ, and then like the map comes up.
Yep.
In an email, and it was in my spam email.
Something. Since we're doing comparisons, I'm gonna send this to you.
What's this?
Flash Party is a plat fighter that is on
Oh my god, dude, what am I
mobile.
looking at? Alright, so the red is us. Right? Is that what I'm
Yeah,
getting?
that's CEO's map.
Oh, okay, we got 2 tables.
Three
Is it
tables.
us?
We have 3 tables.
What? Bright red, right?
3 tables.
Oh wait, orange.
No,
oh
purple.
wait, purple?
Is it purple or is it orange?
No, it's orange.
Oh, it's
On the
orange.
le- yeah, okay, we got 3
Yeah, there it
tables.
is. Yeah. We had 3 tables. Where, like I said, it was a total of 14 setups, including the stream setup and a side setup.
Yeah, okay.
That's
yeah.
CEO's map, and that's not even counting Jabali World, which is its own map.
Dude, and here's the thing too, like you guys got less setups than us, but you guys gotta understand, you have a cleaner map than whatever the fuck this is.
Yeah.
This is stupid. And
Yeah.
again, you know what you could have done to be more efficient? Cut half this friendly setup in half, and then just give us that.
Dude, I love MS Paint.
Like you could have.
Jesus Christ, what is that map?
You could literally cut this in half. Give us like this strip. Like give it. You could have just given us that, and then give FGC this.
Yep.
What are we doing? Why? Why are we like this? Why do we get shafted at these events? This is insane. This is asinine.
Side note, since we got that map, how hard was it to navigate that
Bro,
menu?
I didn't even know I got the email until like Friday night. By the way, the email got sent out Wednesday. I didn't know I had that map. Like, and it was in my spam folder. I wouldn't have known. If I got the map first, I would have been fucking confused. I'm gonna be so for real. Like no candy rain. That's the room.
So you had an easier time navigating the venue without the map.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes. Because it was very easy to put 2 and 2 together. I'm not even kidding. Skeptic, what do you think of the glorious map of GOML?
Dude, I can do better in like 3 minutes of Photoshop. That's embarrassing. That's just embarrassing for a tournament that's been running for years, man. Like if it was a tournament that came out recently, okay, that's fair, right?
I think
Just,
even
you're
BC
new.
had a better map, but even then, you wouldn't really need a map
Let's
to
not,
navigate
let's
that.
not try to out bad maps here, okay? I don't
Yeah,
want to
the
see
whole
that.
point is that you've been doing this shit for years. There's no excuse that you can have to have that type of communication. Especially when you know that these players are going to your event. You gotta treat them with the respect that they deserve and communicate a lot better.
Dude, yeah, no, like it is insanity, bro. I love plat fighters. Guys, I love plat fighters, I swear.
Uh-huh.
Oh my
So
God.
that's why I
No,
gotta
like
keep telling myself.
literally, when you said that, Outkast, I was thinking it was just like Palpatine just saying, "I
I love democracy. Oh my god, dude. Who watched what was that,
I
episode
love
2?
Palpatine.
Who watched Star Wars?
A long time ago when it was first coming out,
Oh,
showing
man.
my age.
Skeptic.
I'm not a nerd.
What?
I'm not a nerd. It's
Says-
crazy.
Says as he has Goth Luna Snow as his
What?
profile pic.
Oh,
What?
come on.
You're right. He's not a nerd. He's a gooner.
There we go. Thank
Ooh,
you.
there we
The
go.
proper
Yeah,
label.
for Rocksteady.
I'm leaving.
Oh man, dude, I can't wait when we talk about Nasby. Like, oh man.
But
Dude.
legit, like, I just think Rivals 2 should really consider being in more FGC events
Oh yeah,
and really
Clearly.
like pushing for it.
Yeah.
dude. It's again, we get treated better, and it's night and day. And oh my goodness, oh my damn. Any more thoughts? Any more closing thoughts before we close this out? Wow, guys, actually no, we could probably talk to chat a little bit until like the
Yeah.
hour 30 mark.
If you guys have any questions, feel free to let us know. try to answer to the best of our ability. I think this is a good time to do it.
Yeah, no, like actually we ended earlier than I thought.
Yeah.
Than I thought we would. Hello, Torque.
Hi, Torque.
Getting
Hello.
in Evo is going to be pretty huge. I think. Yeah, no, we've already gone over it. We'll have an Evo episode, but like, yeah, no, like genuinely, like we've all said, we got to earn our stripes at Evo, because like
I think despite only showing the top 8, I really think this is a perfect opportunity to show for the community itself to show what it's all about.
Yes.
Yep.
And put us in a really good light.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll.
Show up, show out. Don't be weird. That's it.
Okay. Okay. Tech. Anything else when it comes to that?
I think I've voiced all my frustrations. I think the main point, really, honestly, is just communication and respect, and it's really gonna. You would be surprised at how many problems you're gonna fix with a simple act of communication and just respecting other people's fucking games and spaces. You ain't gotta like it. You ain't gotta like it.
Exactly.
But you gotta respect it. That's it.
Please, I want more energy like the ZB Bullet set at Evo top 8. Come on, like guys,
yeah.
like wouldn't like imagine us getting hyped.
Yeah.
And amped.
I think that like I don't want to say a whole bunch because I know we are gonna have an Evo episode, obviously before Evo, so we can kind of get everything out there. But for everybody going at Evo, man, just be good, behave, tell people about the game, see if they want to try it, because fighting game players are more open. And I know the regular people that are going to be there, like we don't have enough coverage and shit. Like I know your MSBs are going to be over there recording, well not recording, but live streaming on X
on Twitter
with the phone and stuff. I mean, I think it should also just be streamed on YouTube if possible. You know, if there's just like some crazy ass set or whatever. Or
I mean, it's gonna be a phone cam. So hey,
yeah,
you know,
regardless.
I think that's a little too much to ask for. But
Yeah,
who knows?
maybe.
Maybe it will. Maybe it won't.
Yoink replays. Potentially. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, you never know.
You guys can bring thumb drives and try to get some replays from that. Maybe ask one of the producers or the TOs, see if you can do that, because that would be good for longevity and honestly just having your sets together.
Yep. You could have it as like the week after Evo. Get the replays.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what match was this? Oh, this shit was losers top 28 or top 128. Let's see what happens, and then cover the set.
Are we gonna watch party it? Like I said in chat, I might honestly take the weekend off because like
actually a watch party does not sound like a bad idea right now.
I mean maybe,
Yeah.
like who knows? Depends on like how many, because like I know like people like Zeke are gonna cover it as well, and any other top figures like higher than me.
But I think it's not bad to have another.
Sure.
Yeah, it's not. Especially to have more options too. Because that's the main thing, supporting your game is just having more people stream it and more people viewing it.
Like I think all of us need to get better, me especially, is realizing that just because there's options, just because the options that have already been used doesn't mean you can't do it.
Exactly.
That's true.
It's your own personal take on it. At the end of the day, they're not going to have the same exact opinion or view as you. So at the end of the day, you can just put your own spin on it. At the end of the day, as long as it's not like blatantly copying or just like ripping off the other person.
Yeah.
Which, if you've already put your mind to it, you're not going to. So.
Yeah, put your spin on it. Don't directly copy, because that's.
Will we get a newer patch before Evo?
Each stream has their own vibes too.
True.
So people might not like watching those huge numbers, and they might like supporting smaller streamers.
Torque, I think it's gonna function like how every other tournament with the major patch has been, where they'll use the previous patch over the current one.
They did that for one, and they did it here for GOMLF. Like,
Yeah.
it is
That'll
what
probably
it is. Crackdown.
They would have to drop the patch now.
Oh
And
yeah,
then-
true. For it to be legal, they would have to do it now.
Because like they've been doing that since
Literally since beta.
Goaty.
Oh yeah, Goaty too.
Because Goaty, we had the April beta patch, and that one was fun.
Yeah.
Why are you lying?
For all the wrong reasons.
Why are you lying to the viewers?
I don't know about you. I like the infinite wall jump. Okay.
Oh no! Oh wait, no, it was
Fun.
May. It was May that was bad. Oh my
May
god.
was the bad one.
Yeah, no, it was May. Dude, yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, why are you lying? Why are you lying to these beautiful people?
I
in chat?
disliked most of the betas, but
Okay,
that's
that's another
just-
topic.
that's a different
That's
thing.
a- that's
we,
a
talked,
whole-
we beat that dead horse for months.
Oh
in
my
VC.
god, dude.
That is a
We got it
that's
all.
a 3 hour that's a 3 hour episode. That's what.
No, I expected the betas to be like that. I just don't like how they were used. When it should have been used as a testing ground, it was more like, okay, let's take the game a little bit seriously and try balancing this.
Precise.
When in reality, it should have been more of like
That's
testing
just-
different
that's-
mechanics.
That's an issue of the current game market at this moment, and there's nothing we can really do about that.
I mean, that was also the time where like Riot announced, like,
not
hey,
not without like being very vocal about our opinions in regards to how we feel about it. But at the end of the day, it's up to us as consumers and up to the developers to actually listen to that. But at the end of the day, it's a pick your poison thing.
Yeah.
I get that, but if it was a bigger studio, I can understand where they wouldn't have the time to be able to make huge changes, but what's the purpose of a beta if you're just going to treat it as a final product where you're doing these?
Pretty sure they ended up putting themselves on a deadline anyway. So
yeah,
It's a glorified
yeah,
early
there wasn't enough
access.
to do it.
Hey,
Especially
well.
considering like Rivals 2 had been teased for like well over 2+ years before then. So at the end of the
I'm
day,
not
it was
questioning
do
that.
or die.
It's more so like, what's the purpose of a beta at that point?
Yeah.
If you're not doing drastic changes, what's the actual point?
I mean, I won't say that the changes weren't drastic. I think the problem was the drastic change that was implemented was floor hugging.
Anyways,
But that's another topic.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay, I'll honestly save that story for fucking Evo. It's like, actually,
Yeah,
no, I'll
Red
talk
Bull
about it
Evo.
really quick. There was like a story where a player, like, that I went to GOMLF with, where he said he was just done with Ultimate full time. And the reason being is because my set with another player named Mcock, the Zetterburn, where his homies were cheering for him, and they weren't shit talking me. And that's like the type of energy we need more than ever at these FGC events if we're gonna go through with that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, cheer for your homies, don't bring the other person down. And that's like the catalyst for that person just saying, you know what, yeah, no, I'm just done with Ultimate, because like that's like the type of I hate the energy that, or like the things I've experienced because of things like that, where yeah, people would cheer for their homies, but then they would bring their opponents down by like saying like, yo, this person ate shit, yo, they fucking suck, this and that and the third.
Yeah.
And then like they would get hyped whenever, and like Mcock's homies would get hyped whenever like they took a stock off of me, saying, yo, one more, man, like keep it up, like shit like that. And it's like, again,
I mean, that's on you as a competitor to just like get over the mental strain of people just trying to bring you down. Because at the end of the day, that's what
true.
you have to deal with.
That's true, but like
It's a dick move, sure, but at the same time, it's like everyone's gonna do that. There's nothing you can really say or
It
do.
shouldn't be a consistent issue, is what I'm trying to say. You should it should be like, yeah, like,
Yeah, I
okay,
think it shouldn't
Like-
be taken too far. Obviously,
no,
Don't-
like that's
don't
the
be
problem.
that
It would
guy.
go too far.
But yeah, people do that, and addressing that is the important part, and you're right about that.
Yeah, I come from an era of major shit talk, so personally, it doesn't affect me. I've also
Yeah.
played plenty of MOBAs to where, you know,
No,
I've
but
gotten
like you can see,
plenty
you
of
can
shit.
see, you can see what I mean though. Like, yeah,
yeah,
no,
I
like,
can see your point.
Like, we
Yeah.
live in a different time now. It's like we gotta adapt, and like we're fucking floundering if we're staying in the Smash space.
I think I've mentioned like everyone who already knows me knows that I was essentially playing the role as a villain in the community.
Yeah.
Skeptic,
know?
what do you think?
Everyone hated my Rana, man. Everyone did.
Oh
They got
Just
so
because
pissed.
it's inevitable doesn't mean we shouldn't address these issues.
Oh yeah.
Like, there should be banter because I do think
yeah.
it makes it more interesting. It heats up the competition. But like there is a line that you shouldn't cross as a competitor.
And
just as a decent person as well.
Unfortunately,
Skeptic liking banter? I can't believe that. Skeptic likes banter?
Oh,
That's crazy.
Of course.
Man. Anyways, I think that's
well, against you it's more like shit talking, but you know.
Anyways, I think that I delve in shit talking, but like I always ended off with like, hey man, like that's on me though to fucking win.
It's like basically know who can deal with it and who doesn't. Because obviously I wouldn't do this shit to like Jazz or anyone else like that who doesn't seem like they would want that type of thing. So you just gotta know like who you can do it with and who you can't do it with.
Yep.
That's the most important thing.
I think
because you can't just shit talk a random person that you're playing in bracket. That's just messed up.
Yeah.
But I think that's gonna close out this episode. Honestly, I think we got through a lot in like a short amount of time, guys. I know we've been hard on ourselves for going like 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of crazy. Like there wasn't any rambling going on at all this time. It was just straight into the point.
Yeah, because we were like, oh man, we gotta lock in, guys. We've been going 2 hours
over. There's a couple, but I think there's a couple, but it's
like, also we didn't write. Everybody but Skeptic wrote everything. Didn't write anything.
Yeah.
Skeptic.
I felt like I was all over the place, dude. I felt like I was not getting my point across.
No, you're good. You're good.
I mean, everybody does good here. It's just conversation with friends.
Yep.
That's
you're right.
But that's gonna do it for. I believe that's episode 5 for Wavlength INTL. For the Wavlength INTL podcast. We got a new snazzy logo, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's come up yet, but Jazz has been cooking in the booth when it comes to logos and thumbnails, guys. Like holy, like big shout outs to Jazz. There was a family emergency that came up, but that's neither here or there. She'll be open to talk about it. If she's open to talk about it, don't bug her about it.
Yep.
But
and you can check out the past episodes on her channel at Jazz Soundwave on YouTube, and it's also on Spotify now.
Yep, groundbreaking.
Actually, yeah,
Jazz
dude.
finally got it done and approved through Spotify.
We are official.
So when you go on there, be sure to hit her with the follow. You got to listen to the podcast for at least 2 minutes to give it a rating. So.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll make it easier if you guys listen to it while you're at the gym, if you're working out, or if you're just driving to work or driving home from work.
That's me.
Good listen.
Walking to work for those with legs.
Biking to work, floating to work. Maybe you're swimming.
Flying.
Private jet to work.
Flying to work.
You're Taylor Swift. Yeah, you're Taylor Swift.
Yeah, you're Taylor Swift to work. But yeah, Spotify. I'm super hyped for that. I think that one's gonna be super cool. But yeah, follow the YouTube as well and all that good shit. And as usual, if you guys got topics, come put them in the chatter here, or come put it in the we have a section
YouTube comments.
Right? Yeah, or the comments.
Yep.
Put them all down.
Who knows? Maybe something you talk about might end up in an episode, in a future episode.
Sure. Maybe you could be a guest. No, but maybe.
Maybe. That's like a like after like all these events are done, because we got a lot to cover.
Yeah.
we got a lot, bro.
Hey, we got a lot to cover, and
we
we're
got
covering
Evo, potential announcements. Ooh, it's gonna be spicy.
Next week, I don't know what the topic is. I'm gonna be honest, because I was so zoned in on this one and Evo, which is like which is next week. But like, who knows? Maybe we talk about lore and whatnot. Lack of thereof, because I think that's a fun one. And what would you guys come up with for lore? But anyways, yeah, it's gonna be it. Peace out.